we are, opening games of Stage 3, and how you do, the form you're in on this one day can have massive implications on your major run. For Imperial, it's been one hell of a journey, all the way from Stage 1 into Stage 3. The Mongols having just arrived. We're going to kick things off on Dust 2. And the Mongols with that CT side start, they're bringing aggression from the get-go. You wouldn't want anything else. Blitz with a push up through top mid. Guy, it's well worth talking about. Always keen to be aggressive, always keen to be involved, but he has noticed a pretty significant drop-off in his ratings in the last few months. Gonna need to hit hard at this major. Techno dead early in this pistol round, out with a 1-for-1.
Mongols staying aggressive though, re-flashing after the HE. They want to keep the pressure on. I love that nade setup. As soon as Techno's contact comes in, Mongols do a lot of damage. Can they capitalize? Headshot comes through. Timing is awkward, but Mizzino catches the player with nades. And so this round is falling apart at the seams. Imperial crumble in middle. They get met by a very aggressive Mongols. And no way. The top performer of Imperial at this major in a 1v3, looking for the ace. Mongols have disappeared.
On this journey either. Dropped in a weird spot down here in mid. He runs right by it.
So much time. They've just been able to go wherever they want.
Oh, here's the steps of this top mid player. Blitz nearly giving a kill over, and this is now a bit of info for no way to react to. You see that long push. He anticipates that he's only got a 1v1 ahead of him, but into a red-hot Mizzino. 4 kills in the pistol round. You want Mizzino starting strong, you get Mizzino starting strong.
It's a sick pistol for Mizzino. I mean, catching really good timings there on the re-push up cat, kills Vinny with all the util, doesn't get caught by that Xbox uncrouch, just fade away. And Imperial don't even get to play this pistol round. Mongols just had so many moves being made in lower, in cat, in mid doors. Oh, welcome back to the major controllers. Headshot through the door. It's only a scout though. No way knows the value of it. He's dropped it over to try. And so Imperial will call a really slow round around this scout. Let him try and force some kills. Fortunately for Mongols, full rifles. So more than favored against these lower economy players.
Yeah, just by showing up in the Mongols jersey, it's the furthest Controllers has ever been at a major. Had that Stage 1 appearance with the Chinggis Warriors out in Austin. Able to field 1 win over a Brazilian squad, no less. It was over Arts Fluxo. But other than that, ended up being a pretty rough tournament.
Ooh, try with armor M4. 20 seconds, though. That's the problem. No smoke. They can flash this cross. It's winnable.
Time's very low. You've got to be clean as you try and make it over. And with 2 kills out of Blitz and 9-10 on this hold, they're going to deal with it quickly. Stop that from becoming much of a problem.
So still a stressful round for the Mongols. I don't think they could take that one for granted when the scout kill comes in. And so Mongols don't feed anything to Imperial. Play it nice and safe on the CT side, holding from afar, knowing the lack of util will be a problem. Imperial, though, damn good try with a bunch of kills in that second round. Long control a given here for the Mongols as Imperial stage slowly in their first gun round. This has been a comfort map for Imperial, but it's one the Mongols are very well adjusted to, having played it at the highest level. And we're already seeing how active they are on the CT side, clearing positions, playing off each other. Some good util as well to boot. That nade does significant damage. Mid to B nades out. Mongols respond, but Imperial are just trying to waste util. They're going for the B hit. Ooh. Smoke's a problem. And that gives time for Techno to get tucked in, committed position. Controllers spotting the mid to B. If they're waiting out this B smoke, they may have a nasty surprise as controllers can replenish this at the fade. Timing is important. Imperial have to go through.
Oh, and there's that re-smoke. Leaves him with the only option really to play it forward with Cello dead on his lurk. Techno just turns into that flash at the awkward timing. And so they will break through, having to play through that late smoke from controllers. The Mongols a man down as they look for this retake. And it will just force the save out of them. Even though they've tried to play a confident game thus far, they know when a round is too far gone. They'll get out with 3. Shouldn't be any reason to hunt here for Imperial, so you're at least guaranteed to save on these players. But man, that's a really awkward timing for Techno.
Well, the thing is, he hears the pin, right? He knows that flash is coming in, but he just turns half a second too soon. He's really trying to get back on the line as fast as he can. Knows they'll push with the flash, not after it. But it's that half a second that actually costs him. I think if he dodged the flash, he might have taken 1 kill with him. It could have been a different round. They had a kit. They were in position, but Mongols have to throw in the towel there, a man down. Nice pop for Imperial. They don't panic when the late B smoke comes in. Mongols may hold their util well, but we've been seeing a lot of these on the Major and even in events leading up. Just full B hits through smokes, doing really well. It's what James Paravision has been doing constantly on Dust 2, with Jame up catwalk faking and just 4 rifles running into that B bomb site. Mongols try and bring some disrespect into this round. Vinny deals with it well. Some whiffed shots for Mongols. There's another man in middle. Blitz refusing to give up. I feel like this will be flashed. Imperial very cautious, waiting the lower smoke.
I mean, I think one of the most interesting things for the Mongols towards, the end of this year, since controllers joined, was getting to see them out in Chengdu without Mara, who had to miss the first few days. So it was all just stuff off the dome from Blitz. This team would never use timeouts, never tried to slow the pace down or compose themselves. If you let Blitz have full reign over this team, they play a very fast, very aggressive game, and not always to their benefit. I think often when we just hear the term aggressive, you innately think good, but sometimes it would let the Mongols down. And I think Mara plays a very important role in terms of reminding them it's okay to play slow at times, take the pace out of it a little. Blitz is a brain that can only operate in a very, very fast manner. Or at least that's how it feels. And that reflects, I think, in how he plays as an individual.
But you have mentioned his waning form already. Recent poor results, some awkward moments in matches. So considering we've got no Senzu in this team, as good as Controllers' his debut definitely was, and he performed very well in Chengdu. You still need more output from the rest of the gang. You need Blitz back to his usual self, because he really is the emotional spirit animal of this team, right? We've seen some crazy force buys from Blitz. Buying glass orb when his team are full eco and playing it himself. It's definitely felt like sometimes a problem for the Mongols. For now, Imperial just look to convert. One more round to do so. And Mongols are going to be full broke on the 3 dead players in this round. 2 M4s kept in.
And I think also this is one of the things that makes Imperial kind of scary, right? With everyone being so tapped in right now, having, right now, as this team, you're kind of playing like the best CS you ever have. That's the the way that it's feeling after this stage 1 and stage 2 run.
Oh,
Controllers, nice way to open in this round. Quick double out towards long, and we'll hold that thought because the Mongols enter a commanding position here. A round that they only have 2 guns in. They're about to get a bunch more from these kills out towards the long side. And now they're armed, now they're dangerous in a 5-on-3 as well. Won't be easy for Imperial to battle back into this one.
I'm surprised they let them get those guns.
Blitz, the only guy without a weapon, just donning this Deagle down here in middle, but he's got 9-10 coming through to help him. And there's that trade. Everyone's armed, everyone's deadly. For Try and Cello, this isn't an easy task. Low HP on the first man they're facing in Controllers. They've spotted him now, and it will be hard for Controllers to get away with much in this position. Molly forces him wide. Round starting to slip away from the Mongols, and with Cello taking even more space, Imperial, they've got this 2v4 down to a 2v2 in the post plant.
Well, it's a problem. Mongols peek with it, but the spree comes in, and Cello saves his teammate. Double kill right at the end to add to a 3-kill round for Cello in what was a 2v4. I thought Imperial giving the guns over would be their biggest mistake, but they move quick. They move to the unlikely position, back to that A-hit, and are able to isolate Mongols very well. That's a huge round for the confidence of Imperial, winning out from such an innate disadvantage. And it adds to what you're talking about, right? Imperial playing the best Team CS they ever have in this squad, and everyone believing in every call that's made.
No, that's like the hard thing about playing these teams that are kind of above their level, you know? Like you're even limited in terms of how effective prep is. You're limited in a lot of regards, and they never truly feel out of a round with the type of tournament they've been having. It's what made Legacy so scary even back in Austin when they went on their run all the way from stage 1 into stage 3. I think that's why you were able to see them take down top squads like Vitality, breaking that huge streak they were on in a BO1. You know, you kind of just hit this this flow state, but it's not just for one individual. It's not like one player has got you this far. You enter it as a team, and everything's just flowing. You're communicating really well. You're never down and out of a game. We've seen some squads here in both stages just hit points of a map where you can tell the team is out of the game. You know, they're just going through the motions till it's over, and that won't really happen to a team like Imperial, especially not on the opening day. Maybe if they fall down 0-2 and they hit that slump again, it can be hard to tap back into this, but this is where they are at their most dangerous. So the Mongols really have to dial in. This is a late round play, and with Mazinho opening it up, no way dead first, a 5v4 for the Mongols, and a chance to slow the roll of Imperial on this T side. Here's the long wrap for Skulls. He'll get out with a double. Blitz doesn't know where to look as he's getting pincered on both sides. Bit of an optimistic swing from Try, and the bomb drop in at the site. There's no one in this. Blitz puts on a show. Head on a swivel. He'll secure that round for the Mongols.
Sick save from Blitz, man. You felt like that round was just coming through for Imperial. Skulls felt like he bailed them out on such a late long lurk. He catches the orb right before it's about to fire off. He gets a second kill. He makes Mongols uncomfortable, push back into spawn, and Blitz is able to find a 3-piece. That's such an unnecessary fight. Skulls had to, or Try rather, had to plant the bomb. He's on the site. That's what gives it away. He goes for the trade. It gives the round to the Mongols. He had a free bomb plant right there on default. So a huge mistake, and hey, maybe this is, you know, you're believing in your form, you're believing in your ability to trade your teammates. Sometimes it comes back to bite you. If he goes for the plant, I don't see how Imperial lose that round. They have long, short, and the site for free. But Blitz given a chance, and he nails every single shot. That's the Blitz we want to see today. Imperial get burned early in this match, and that's the difference with a stage 1 and a stage 3 team. You give them a chance in those rounds, they will win them. And And this is definitely where the Counter-Strike's going to get more and more exciting, watching these plucky underdogs take on some of the world's best.
Their backs against the wall here, but a bomb plant going in their favor. Time running against the Mongols now as they group in the tunnels for a triple push retake out through tons.
Wouldn't expect this.
Skull's just got the spot. There's the info. That's awkward for No Way. Falling in, and a couple of frustrating rounds here for Imperial. If one thing's clear, a lot of teams have kind of recognized that in these BO1s, it's where you have to play your safest CS. I would say that's what we've seen on every single day one of every single stage, is teams playing slow, playing contact, using the full breadth of the clock, not trying to announce too much, not trying to be too ballsy or brave, right? Mistakes are very, very punishing in a BO1. In a BO3, you feel a bit more freedom to take risks. That's something that a lot of squads like Liquid, for example, have spoke about it. The relief they felt when they got to the BO3s with the chance to kind of play a little more, a little riskier at times, right? And embrace that. And not every mistake is as punishing. The thing that is kind of sucked for Imperial in these last two rounds was they've been trying to play safe. They've been using the whole extent of the timer. But then that one risk from try, arguably the biggest risk they've taken in the entire game so far to go for that trade into CT, was immediately punished. Now they lose an awkward 2-on-3 post plant because of a fall out of the window from No Way, even though Skulls had got all the info. There's been two mistakes, two frustrating rounds, and that's going to give the Mongols a serious leg up into this CT side. You don't want to feel like you've just thrown this BO1 away on the back of two, what ultimately amount to like reasonably minor mistakes that you could write off in a BO3.
Well, now Mongols have full control of the money again. This could have been Imperial with a very strong start. Mongols surging forward. What should be a simple anti-eco. It's one hero AK on Cello. It's already down to a 3v5. Blitz is performing in this game, I'll say that. Double kill in the round prior, 3 in the one before, and he finds the opener here as well. Mizzino in the bomb site. Nice position, and he's just going to maul them. Blitz assist from back in spawn. Mongols hitting hard right now on this CT side of Dust 2. Imperial calling a timeout, and a good time for it, right? Another rifle round, a chance to sweeten this half. But Mongols are definitely bringing the firepower. That much is clear. Always a question on, you know, how warmed up are you going to be? It's not even just warmed up, it's also just, you know, how used are you to the setup here? Every event is different. And Imperial have played plenty of matches on both, you know, both stages here at the Major. So for Mongols, it's an unknown setup, but they are already looking really good on the eye test. 5-3. This round would cripple Imperial in their T side.
It really would, yeah. If Imperial don't dial back in, this map very, very quickly starts to get away from them. And this would be the round to do it. So they call something slow. Again, don't want to leave this round to some sort of rush, some kind of up-tempo play. You want to feel like you have all the time in the world and all the chances to get something going here. And so you leave the early stage of the round open, see if the Mongols get aggressive, see if they feed you a kill, give you a reason to make this one easy. But that won't happen. The Mongols made themselves pretty passive here. 9-10 looking for contact on this AWP. Eventually moves away from middle. So for now, Imperial have the map control they were looking for. They own mid, they have catwalk, they have Skulls down here in lower.
Trollers is committed though. Misses it. They try to come back. Skulls can punish.
I mean, that's kind of the tantalizing option, right? You hear him fire off out here in middle. Know that you've been heard on Cat as well. You get something from that, even though there's no fight to be had. And now they throw in these corridor smokes, sending Skulls on a lurk out into middle. This is an attempt at misdirection, and he's going to try and play it through in CT. Control as he's looking to help out his teammates, gives his life away. And now they have this CT player to worry about. Skull's an unknown factor, can cut down rotations, but it all hinges on actually getting into the site. Skulls might fire off for his, but no backdoor open. 10 seconds for No Way. Oh, that's a quick shot on Mazinho. And he's in with a chance. Low on health, but it's 9-10 he's up against. On with the AWP. No Way. This would be a very important round. And they're left looking on, seeing if he can do it. Orb shot rattles past. No Way. Time to put in a fresh mag and ready himself for the fight ahead. 9-10's creeping in. Ready for this swing up ramp. No Way. Looking to return Imperial to form, and he'll get them there. Brings them right back in a dust 2 with that clutch.
Unreal as well. He has to go for this spray. I thought it'd be an instant headshot on the ramp, but they even make it difficult for him. Low health, pistol out. No Way still converts every shot. And that's, again, despite Blitz with another multi-kill. He has just been firing off on this CT side on the bomb site, and Imperial have the clutch factor in this game. No Way. We've talked about this being the standout player of Imperial at this major, despite that not being the case coming in. Showing up in stage 3 as well, a huge 1v2 to keep this game going for Imperial. Love how Skulls plays that as well. He gets the opportunity to hunt down controllers, but as they find the CT player, he just tucks in, right? He could have had both kills, would have just won the round straight up.
You feel a little bit better about this now as well. If you're Imperial, it comes off the back of a sick 1v2, but that's not to say the Mongols also didn't make their own mistakes in that round. And so now it's not a game where your 2 mistakes have cost you dearly. You've kind of leveled that out a little bit. You've capitalized on the Mongols' mess-ups. And now they come through with one hell of a pace that the Mongols weren't fully ready for. And they're still not triple layered on this long peak. 9-10 had to hit that.
And No Way had to punish. The Mongols were full flash off their own reflash as they turn back to the corner. So if he swings, he's going to get at least 1 kill there. Now they're left with nothing. 3v5. Chance eludes them. Nice boost to get something here out of the round for Imperial. Don't count them out in these positions. Try posted with the AWP as well. And no one's scaling here for Imperial. Mongols have confirmed that. So they have time to pick positions and set up. Nade's getting juggled. Re-smoke. Will Imperial respect this? A risky swing out, but Blitz is all about risk. Spam Skulls through that corner. Now the round is quite a predicament here for Imperial. They rely on this AWP cracking open a kill. Oh, the 3rd re-smoke at this long position. Does leave the site player open. Try goes wider. He might even see the barrel. You couldn't wallbang this box. Try moving in. 15 seconds. It's not going to happen. And I'm sure Blitz will go hunting here at the end. Would be very Blitz.
I think it's something that these stage 3 teams are going to have to adjust to coming in. For squads that started in stage 1, in the case of Imperial, or teams that began in stage 2 even, they've had a lot of time to get kind of used to the precedent that's been set at this major with the BO1s, where it's not about taking risks, it's about minimizing every mistake. I think when you're the top squads that are playing at all these big events and you're used to mainly playing BO3s, BO3s are largely won on the risks you're prepared to take and when, right? And kind of finding the right time to do it. But a lot of these other teams have looked to just minimize mistakes on the first day of the tournament. I think that's what makes a squad like James Paravision, for example, so threatening in these BO1s. Wouldn't surprise me if they go on to find a good deal of success here on the opening day because of that.
Try really feeling the pressure to get an opening kill there. Tanks 70 damage in the molly, hoping Mongols swing the corner. They don't. Mongols not playing for long, and so Imperial can expect something heavier on Cat. Let's see how they deal with this. Mongols 4 players about to fight together here in middle, and Catwalk offered that contact. Cello's rifle removed immediately, and now Mongols go. Oh,
good trades out here in mid. That aggression. The Mongols hoping that this was a killing uppercut. Go into the crossfire, established in middle. And this one gets flipped on its head. Try with 2 pivotal kills on this AWP. And a 4v2 now. Imperial tell themselves, we've done the hard part. We just can't mess up the ending. They're going to keep it low and slow. As far as they're concerned, there's plenty of time left to work with. Vinny on the arm with a P250. The rest of the team moving over. And this would be a wild round to break through on, giving Imperial a chance to finish strong on the half. There's a bit of aggression from 9-10 on this AWP out towards long, but he stands to miss every single timing. So you're looking at Techno, and you're saying you have to multi-kill. If the Mongols want to win this, he's got to stop the tunnel's spillover. Tucked in at the car, playing the long game. Vinny gives chase, and what a clear. Barrels in, over the top. Imperial, not where they expected to find success, but they've managed it. Thanks to that try AWP, they stopped the aggression from the Mongols. And they could still split this half right down the middle.
Such a captain's play for Vinny, just knowing I've got to put his crosshair in the wrong place. If I just swing him, he can multi-kill us. If I jump over the box, he's never going to be able to adjust for a second kill. And he doesn't even get to the first. Vinny flying in. Because I still feel like that's a very winnable round for Techno there. He's got armorless players creeping out B. Vinny guarantees it here for Imperial. Try, who's had some awkward misses in this map, gets a huge double kill after Mongol's aggressive mid-fight. And after they drop 1 of 2 rifles as well, they never get to reap the rewards. Imperial, they've done very well in this game to be going toe-to-toe against a red-hot Mongols. Consider the multi-kills Mizzino and Blitz have put up in this game. Sure, the others aren't exactly performing to the same degree, but it's been kind of brutal B hits for Techno and Controllers. And so Imperial, who've 1 out of 2v4, 1 out in eco, picked up a 1v2. They've had the clutch factor in this game. Crazy cool in the last round. Crazy cool. And even Blitz is surprised.
It's just really not the precedent they've been setting, right? The last thing you think, especially in round 12 of the half, is that they're going to leave it to a smoke walk. So yeah, you're dead on. I bet that was surprising for Blitz down there in middle.
I think Imperial hear all the long util and they realize it's a heavy long take. We've probably got room elsewhere, so let's just take the risk.
9-10, this could be a very compromised position. If he misses, he's surely dead. And that's the A site unraveled. Leaves himself in a position where hitting the shot is a requirement.
Oh, no.
Oh, noise made, and yeah, that's going to signal him to fall on back. Imperial are closing in for this A play. They've left a huge lull in the action here for the Mongols to overthink. They're entrenched in their positions, just split 2-2 between either bomb site. And so you're relying on a big multi-kill round here, 9-10. They're coming into him on this AWP. He's got to be damn near flawless with it. Drop down into the spawn. Cello catches him straight away. A lurk out here on long would really seal the deal. Mizzino seems wise to their tricks. They've seen skulls on these long lurks before. This time it's no way in position to do so, but it won't matter. Cello arrives, shoots him in the back. Imperial looking for a tied half. There's that late long lurk springing to life, and for Techno 4K, even if he lives up to his name, even if he says what it does on the tin, it wouldn't be enough. Cello, fantastic round to send us in to that second half.
Imperial make a statement in this BO1 against the Mongols, grinding through 2 stages of play. Imperial looking to make this one even cleaner as they find 6 rounds at the end of the half. Some clutch factor in there for Imperial, no doubt, and everyone having their moments. No way with a 1v2. Cello with a big multi-kill at the end to try with some impact on low economy rounds. And now Mongols have to come back on their T side.
Oh, no, I had the chance at the opening there. A site completely empty for Imperial as they played strong on that mid push. Only plugging those holes now. Thankfully, the Mongols themselves start off pretty slow here. And so not a chance to capitalize yet, but it might be about to happen. There's a fight ready to take place out here on short. No way with some awkward misses. And he won't live to tell the tale. Tries to bound out. Controles gives chase. And as you attempt to stem the bleeding here with aggression, you might end up playing into their hands even more. Techno misses that opportunity to punish the tunnels push, but Imperial is spread so thin right now. Only one man in the A site. Good shot from Tri. Vinny moves in to lend a helping hand. This was a 5-on-3, now 4-on-2. And surely there's no recovering this for Imperial.
Yeah, as soon as a ramp player dies, Mongols can continue scaling. There was a moment there. I was a bit scared for them, but able to get that bomb put down, and Techno recedes from the B side. 4-on-2. Got to move quick without a kit. Vinny headshot, but they don't need to fight on default. Controllers can tuck in and play off his teammate here. He's trying to do so. Poking and prodding. Vinny gets another. No way they're back on. Cello 1v1. Techno's close. He's committed. Cello knows he hears the steps. Techno swings out and finishes that fight he started at B. Whew, it comes a bit too cautiously close for the Mongols, but a pistol round is locked in.
I kind of love that Imperial even attempted that, right? Vinny hasn't sustained a point of damage yet. A lot of teams that have just taken the guarantee of some head armor in the next round if you're really looking to play it safe, but they throw caution to the wind, going for that retake, get out with a bunch of kills, and certainly make the Mongols feel pressure early in this half. Fielding just the eco now, looking to bring in these guns as fast as possible. And so really any damage in a round like this is a win in and of itself. It's a heavy long setup. They're expecting the Mongols to try and play the range game advantage out here on long. They've got flashes on Cello. He's lobbed one out towards short, feigning mid-aggression. Kind of a cool detail, kind of a cool idea, because you think they're taking mid right now. One man playing anti and blitz. Mazinho also turned as he clears out the pit position. This flash is to come in eventually. They wait for that first tidbit. Here's the flash play, flash dodge. Kills come through. They get themselves a couple, bit of mileage out of that round. Chance for even more. A cool idea for Imperial.
Yeah.
The Mongols still come out with a round win, but again, both these rounds have been costly. You force some reinvestment out of the Mongols, and now you get to play with guns.
After that flash comes in middle, Techno goes suicide and spots mid, and he realizes it's full clear. So Mongols, they seem hyper vigilant with an anti-flash player, with everyone turning very quick there. So good awareness from what was a very cheeky play indeed. Imperial, eco done, 2 kills, and now the rifles come through. Can Mongols show the difference in this T side and surge ahead? They've converted both pistols in this map. So that's why even at a 6-6 half, it felt like Imperial were playing the better game, more so across the board. Mongols have had a couple of players really step up, Blitz being the main culprit. Some impressive multi-kills on his CT side. Let's see how he leads in this first gun round. Up catwalk, on control taken by Imperial. Mongols looking to keep it simple and together on this A hit.
Gotta hope they can get past the try AWP.
Got stuck.
Blitz with the drop down, attempt to scale. Cello plays through the smoke and Try hits his. I really like that from Cello. You think about how he ended that first half of play with the CT drop down. He knows exactly what he's up against there. And the second he hears Blitz searching for that AWP, he plays through the smoke. And the Mongols make it out with a bomb plant here, but a 3-on-5, far from easy, far from comfortable. 2 grouping over towards long, 3 down here in CT. Mazinho in a strong position to try and shut down the CT push. This is allowed because Techno holding onto the flank, but he's caught by Long. And in a second, everyone from the Mongols is dead. Didn't even get a chance to fire a bullet in that round for the Mongols. They get clean swept by Imperial to open up.
Perfect setup from Imperial. Try all the way at the back, holding any reswing from his opponent. And that one flash for Imperial breaks the setup. Techno should be given a free kill there if Imperial scale up dry, but he has to turn, and in that second, No Way swings off, bails his teammates out from possible death. The lurk does nothing. Cello so aware in this round of both players' cheeky moves.
This is like, you know, this is the hard thing about playing Imperial. Like we say, they're playing their best team CS that they've ever played with this squad, right? Like everything is working, everyone is synergized. And you see that in how these rounds go.
Oh
great flash play out towards long. Controles looks to alleviate this pressure.
Okay.
The trades go either which way. And again, it's very reactive. Imperial there to keep this from getting out of control. That could have been a disastrous start. Instead, it's been recovered, and you might go on to sweeten the deal. Mazinho on this mid push, getting baited in by the spam and the reload. Stands to give another kill away. Wasn't prepared for Skulls up close. There's so much intention behind every one of these moves that Imperial are making. For the Mongols, the other problem is, even if you have sick team play ideas, there's really only 2 players looking super switched on right now. It's the captain Blitz, and it's Mazinho there alongside him.
He's gone cold.
Been a kind of quiet game from everyone else.
Oh, the active flank here from Vinny. Will he realize they're already out mid to B? Skulls is so dialed in on tunnels, he might get caught from the window. It's just on timing now, and Mongols have the better side of it. This is a free bomb plant here for the Mongols. Skulls will not know until it's too late, so bomb down, 2v2 post plant with an AWP as well. Suddenly, the odds flip. Util favors Mongols, double mollies. Imperial, oh, more being picked. He's got a second molly. This is a hard round for Imperial.
Tries util of his own. He's exchanged some with Vinny. They're going to try and tee him up with a flashbang here. It better be a damn good flash out of Try.
It's
He's
too
been
late.
remollied twice in the window.
3 times.
Let's see if they're actually down to give this a go. Molly on a back plat, flash in through the window. Timing goes a little astray, and Controles getting out with that kill. Living to tell the tale. It does enough for the Mongols. Finally, a big round from Controles as he puts up 3, instrumental to their success there.
Yeah.
And one missed timing over towards mid costs Imperial dearly.
That's the kind of play where Vinny goes out mid and he goes, hey, mid's clear. There is a gap, but it's a very small gap. They should probably be tunnels. And Mongols hit that perfect walk window out middle to flank Skulls. The fact that they have 3 mollies as well makes all the difference. It puts so much pressure on Imperial. Skulls' util picked up, put to use. And Mongols thank Controles for still hitting the shot. I think if Vinny gets that kill inside of the molly, hey, it can suddenly be won. His teammate is committed, backside. Mongols win a round they shouldn't. It's finally their turn to pick up a big clutch. And so money on the line for both teams. Mongols died to the bomb. Imperial have nothing left if they lose now. This kill makes the game for Imperial, but it also breaks the game, as it would send Mongols forward to double digits. Mongols very cautious with their cat control. 40 seconds as that molly comes in, and now they just set up for what is an execute. Will they commit with Controllers back in lower. Makes you feel like Mongols want to get tricky with this.
They just don't really have the time to. There's no more tricks to play. You got 20 seconds, boys. You got to get a move on here. They've been slowed by this early util, blocked again with another one down in the site. Even these smokes feel weird. You don't really know the intention behind Skulls' smoke out from Goose. Time running real low. Sun setting on this round, and there's Skulls to make it so. 9-10 might reclaim one, but the victories are short-lived here. Great round leveled against the Mongols, time getting the better of them, and Imperial, I think they're starting to realize that even though they can come through with these aggressive plays, and it's good that they have to keep the Mongols on their toes, their real strength is in the synergy in these site holds. When they're playing their crossfires, when they're teed up together, they look so solid. And so I like that they come through with a more passive, sat-back round.
That felt like Mongols really begging for a mistake from Imperial. The fact that Controllers goes back to clear tunnels, to clear middle, he's hoping that someone's pushed through B and he can get the kill to open up the back door for the Mongols. Without it, they're forced into that A setup, and it's a perfect setup with Skulls hidden. Flash play, back to the aggression, back to the punish. Techno removes that rifle in this round. Won't go darting for it, but should definitely be the goal of the Mongols to get armed. In a round they've got pistol armor, they're already dangerous. This is a crazy force fight for the Mongols to make right now. Would not have expected this, Imperial, but no loss bonus. Mongols just want to keep the pressure on. It's kind of a Mongols classic, eh? And it's already looking good. Gun to grab. 5v4. And still a bit of util to get weird. They keep the pressure on B. Smoke won't do too much. It falls a bit short. And a break will confirm it for Imperial. So now they can be assured that it is an A hit. However, Mongols are going to get the site for free.
Yeah, you're set up to play retake here if you're Imperial.
Try needs to turn. Didn't the herd.
Gets gone on in time. Good catch for Try. Gonna hang around for a little bit more here, not without its risks, but he sees value in trying to get as many shots off as he can with the AWP before that bomb is planted. Big question for me is Cello, does he ever take his eyes off of Long? Because Mazinho can now afford to play this very, very late. There's no pressure to go too soon. You can wait till your team in the site call that they're fighting from Long. And so Mazinho feels like he has all the time in the world as long as his site players stay alive.
No way.
Good catch for Controllers. There's the late play out of Mazinho, waiting for his teammates to take contact. Still has a lot more to do with Cello on a tear. And Mazinho closing in, defuse being held. Mazinho might have to leave it to chance. There simply isn't time. Cello coming through for Imperial. Huge 3K. Unbelievable scenes, man, as that one looked like it was going to get away from them. The risky Mongols force by their calling card, and Cello shuts it down.
I can't believe Cello wins that round, dude. He's had 2 massive multi-kills in this map, and that is the biggest of all. Saves them from devastation. The jumping no way denied. And Mazinho, perfect timing on the lurk. But all that in vain as Cello swoops in and gets rid of that dangerous eco round. And now Mongols have to admit Imperial are playing a good game. They've got to eco. It would feel desperate to buy in this position. So Mongols throw in the towel on these force buys. Imperial with the lead, staring them dead in the face. At least Mongols are going to have more loss bonus, right? They can definitely get a good buy in that next round, but there's just been so much clutch factor on Imperial in this BO1 on Dust 2. Not today. And shut down by Cello. The man of many multis. 4 kills, swing in, Try steals the ace.
Oh, Cello even said something to Try.
Come on, man, he had it.
Man, he did have that. Cello had that all damn day.
He definitely had it.
And dude, this is what we're talking about, man. When Cello gets fired up, when he is tapped in, when he's in his element, you get some crazy games out of this guy. There was even a handful of times back when he was in that Furious goal where he did much the same. Now, it was way less frequent. He's not supposed to be the star there, but he's given a lot more room here at Imperial.
He's definitely in better positions, right? CT Dust 2 playing rotation, able to get very involved in both of these bomb sites, able to stop the mid to B. He's been dealing with the cat drops, like in this round, but even in the gun round when MTK did it before.
I just rewatched his reaction to getting the ace stolen. Like, you see it straight away, bottom of the screen, bro. He couldn't believe it. You didn't need to kill that bat.
Such a robbery, man.
I love it, dude, because like Cello's one of the only guys that would react to that.
Yeah.
He's always so fired up. He really does bring the energy for whatever team he's on. And that's why he's even scarier, by the way, when he gets rolling, because he pumps up everyone else. He's that type of player, you know? Some guys only really know how to kind of energize themselves, you know? That's the main focus. You just stay locked in as an individual. But Cello he's like an aura. He buffs everyone else, additionally to himself.
Well, do MTK have the stamina to stay in this T side right now? Because Imperial have given them so many difficult rounds to just swallow. Oh, spotted. Try. He's not going to stay on it. I feel like he had a kill there guaranteed off the next jiggle, but just going to use a flash to escape. MTK's very slow default again, but Imperial don't get nervous in these positions, which again is credit to this run for Imperial. You would expect a team like this to be jittery and feel like they have to make moves. They've been fine really giving MTK enough space to take bomb sides.
Well, I also just think it's like, you know, tonally, you're the guys more used to having to play safe, the ones that aren't really going to take risks. And I think for the MTK, you're forcing them to play what is quite frankly an uncomfortable style to them. It's certainly not their preferred method of playing CS. So these super safe, super orchestrated rounds, they normally thrive in the chaos.
Oh, poor Blitz.
Skulls catching two, and all to try and bait them in a Vinny, who's donning the MP7 here. Cuts down the first player out through the tunnels, but the job's not done. Vinny, second kill found. It's all eyes on Mazinho, who needs the ace clutch. 7 seconds, bomb draw. Even though he's dealt with Vinny, Try will never give him the chance. It's the second ace denied by Try this game, and that one may be the most important yet. Imperial in pole position and looking for the win.
Oh, the idea was there for the MTK. They knew exactly how to do it. Blitz just turned back to watch his back, and Mazinho had him covered. He had him completely bailed. Blitz could have focused window. It's what let Skulls gets away with a dirty double kill to stop that mid to B. Valiant hold of the B bomb site from Vinny. And right now, MTK, not even their pause. It's Imperial who want to seize the opportunity. To 9, and MTK's desperate force by 4 rounds in a row. 3 Galils behind this saved AK. And dying hope here for the MTK, as Imperial have won clutch after clutch in this game. Are they just going to do a 4B hit? These can be deceptively difficult to hold down.
What I'll say is Skulls looks solid. Vinny on this line with the AUG as well. A bit of Grimspiration for Vinny.
They want to force the util out, but they don't want to be sat in the B tunnels for 40 seconds. So at a certain point, MTK just have to go if they're making this play. Nade lands, MTK consider.
You're even kind of suspicious. Like, why haven't they used that util? You know, that's what's ticking through your mind right now. Finally, you get blocked in the tunnels, but they held onto it for as long as they possibly could. And I think the MTK are a little bit concerned as to how come the blocks hadn't come through.
Imperial have trusted in their retakes as well, so they don't feel stressed about risking this with a triple B base setup. Bliss is trying to fake on Catwalk by dropping nades, but Cello's not in middle to hear this. He's in B.
Vinny with the spot. Smoked in the tunnels. The Mongols, no choice but to play through. They weren't ready for a third man. Caught by mid. Blitz on a good timing. And now into a 2-on-3. You might just think about saving here,
really?
even though they've got money going forward. This late in the game, you don't want to be broken. You don't want to leave anything to chance. And so the Mongols, back-breaking B play potentially. It tees them up for a break of Imperial's money if they can keep finding success. But that's the first round in a while that's worked for the Mongols. And you can't just keep running it with back-to-back-to-back B hits. So the onus will be on Blitz and Co to try and figure out how to solve this puzzle.
Oh, you always feel like the player uncrouching at plat is going to get something done, but they never do, man, because there's always an AK dialed in on the headshot angle, and Mazzino hits the tap.
Yeah, it wasn't even dialed in. Mazzino had to 90-degree flick for that kill, so it's actually really impressive watching it back.
Unreal. But I can't say I'm surprised that Mongols get away with a round like that. Even into the triple B, not enough done by any single player on that position. And Blitz's mid-to-B timing, it gives and it takes from the Mongols. We've seen it deliver insane rounds, but we've even seen in this game him get caught off guard on that play. So, like you said, they've got to dig deeper than that. It can't just be 1B here. What more have Mongols got in this T side? Straight up cat hit. Try in middle as well. So this is the worst positioned that Imperial have been to stop an A play. The AWP in middle.
I mean, that's the part you're going to feel the most. Think about how instrumental Try has been in every one of these A takes. It feels like he's just always good to get that first shot off, thin the herd, make life easier for the rest of Imperial in the long run.
And mid-to-B might keep him there. He mollies, he runs. Or at least he shifts. This is still an execute for Mongols.
But it's a rough position to try and excel from. Blitz again on this drop down. Caught by the try push. They've cancelled Blitz like this twice. So ready. They know his moves. They know what he's going to do.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Into the no-scope. Try doesn't land it, but that's the conviction you're playing with. Down to take these risky moves now. 5v3 in the retake. We say this often, but you've done the hard part. Now you've just got to finish the job, leaving themselves in a good spot. They still have util on Skulls and Vinny as well, just to try and harass these players a little bit more. Flash goes high for the push out long. There's the swing, and it gets shut down. The remaining three creep up CT. Big kill from Vinny to open. Molly displaces the short player. It's Controles, the joker in the pack that they weren't ready for. Defuse being held, and Controles goes on a deny. Couple of high-impact rounds down the stretch. This one brings the Mongols right back into the conversation. Tie game as Controles regains control over that post plant.
Yeah, he's delivered 2 of their 3 gun rounds in this T side, right? They'll contact mid-to-B, and right here in the post plant, Imperial have everything going for them. A 5v3 retake, but 9-10 does not stop fighting, and Mongols know they have to keep the pressure on. They've done it. They've broken the money of Imperial at 11 apiece. Unbelievable if the Mongols are going to win this game in regulation with everything that's been thrown at them. Iron mental. They have not buckled. With risky force buys, with unlosable rounds lost, and still they sit in control of this game.
I mean, this is where if you're Imperial, right, under normal circumstances, if this was an opening game, you'd be saying they've kind of bottled it. You know, they've given up all their initiative. They've now been reduced to, you know, them the ones who have to try and pull this game into OT. This is where you hope the fact that you've grinded through stages 1 and 2 gives you a bit of resolve, and you need to tap into that now, because this becomes a very different task. You're looking for overtime in your opening BO1, a BO1 that you had the advantage in. You had the Mongols on the ropes right where you wanted them. Takes a couple too many shots, but still going to finish the job in this clean sweep round to find 12. Map point for the Mongols right there.
simply done. No fear from Blitz, and impressive well, not even comeback here for Mongols, but just resilience, staying power. They have won 3 rounds in a row now, but they were trading back and forth all first half. Mara calls a timeout. Maybe against Blitz's will, but feels like a perfect time to catch your breath if you're the Mongols. Interesting note here. No Way has bought an M4 with no Kevlar. He didn't have enough for both. So he's just going to play A1S dry, presumably on purpose, knowing, hey, this is a team that are very quick to headshots anyway. At this point, I'd rather the rifle than be stuck on MP9 in a map like Dust 2. Let's see if it comes back to bite him. Trusting his aim here. Imperial have to trust their team because Mongols have match point. Good spam, he dinked Vinny. And a lot faster staging here for Mongols. They're in left side tunnels, they're out lower. They're even putting pressure on long with the lurk smoke. So Imperial, scared all across the map, might feel forced to throw util. They're burning everything right now. Holding on to 3 smokes, that's it. Mongols have already set up the round well, and it's so early.
I mean, this is, you know, a moment where you need Cello and Try to really find some success. Try's been largely left out of the picture in these last couple of rounds. He gets to bring the AWP into the final round of play, and he's been instrumental whenever he's donned it. He stopped a number of these A hits. Cello as well, he's been playing a great game. Risks it all on a short push and goes right in to a very patient Controles.
What a comeback for Controles, though, because he's, again, won 2 of the 3 gun rounds for the Mongols in this T side. Again, shows up, gives us an opener right when the Mongols were down.
Good pull back for Skulls over here in mid, and you see him going B. Don't think that's going to stop the Mongols, though. Imperial, last time they had 3 players here. Everyone had rifles. They had everything they needed. They couldn't stop the B hit. Now it's just 2, Vinny and Skulls. They've got to shut this down. Skulls with the first 2 in. Here's that lurk from Blitz, again causing problems for Imperial. And bomb now planted. Try and No Way. This is where the gamble of the armor could come back to haunt you. Try first man on the scene. Swings out from the window. And it's all left onto Blitz. But donning the AWP, you know he likes to wield this gun. No Way. If he gets a move on, he could end this round. He could stop it in its tracks. Try. Just don't play yet. Give No Way time. Turn around for Blitz, but a missed shot cost him, and this one goes into overtime.
Oh my goodness. Skulls walked so Imperial can run all the way back into bonus play. Their 2nd overtime of the entire major, despite so many maps and matches played for Imperial. They've not been thrust into these positions, having to hold on in this game despite a beautiful mid to B move from Blitz, and he read that flank. But no shot connects, and the armorless M4 pays off for Imperial. They are still here in this BO1 with more to say against the Mongols, who refuse to go down.
All that talk about, you know, minimizing risks in the BO1s. That goes away a little when you first hit OT, right? This one round at the beginning, it's where you feel the most emboldened, and so Imperial try and play it forward, but that break on the smoke has cost them a man, and we try falling the AWP is removed from play. Seen the weapon pickup too. Bit of info there for 9-10 to work with. Knows about a player on the left side of mid from just that gun disappearing. Long con play for No Way, who's out here at the back of Goose. That's going to give a lot of room to the Mongols.
He's also got to care about Long. Where's his crosshair at right now? Because if Mongols walk all the way up, you know they're clearing this position. He's got so much to worry about.
Oh, and Cello won't spot this either. Flash only just going in now. The fact that Blitz is so far forward catches them by surprise. And so Skulls, you thought that hulking individual effort of the 3K at the end of the half, at the end of regulation, that was going to be his crowning moment. They would ask him to go even bigger here, but money is a problem in OT, especially with the AWP. And so you kind of have to just bow out of this round, show your respect to the Mongols. They caught a favorable timing. They played contact all the way through Catwalk for the first time, not announcing their presence with that flurry of util, that flurry of nades. It was a good realization from Blitz.
Yeah, Try's been getting really pissed in this game as well. He's had some awkward missed shots or missed opportunities. And you can see it in the face. The Mongols live and die on Blitz, man. When he's not getting away with these crazy contact plays, Mongols look absolutely lost in these 4v5s, but he's having one of those games where every read is perfect. Every time he walks into a position, he gets it for free. He's walked mid to B multiple times, shifted into the bomb site here. Just been perfect moves from Blitz to punish Imperial, caught with nades in hand. Double up for the Mongols, perhaps just for the mid-cross. Fire off, no connection. 9-10 takes space while the first AWP distracts, and Try is on this line, so should be Try time.
Controller's next in, and Try wasn't ready for it. Good pickup for Blitz down in the tunnels as well, and so pressure really on here. You're out of position on 2. That's how you're feeling anyway. And with the Mongols closing in on a B hit, Controller's the molly not spreading deep enough.
Heard him cross.
Knows they've made it by again. This mid backstab, but that is an awkward whiff. And Skulls has been burned by backstabbing mid players all throughout this game. It was about time he got one back. No ways far removed. They don't have flashes either to play in for this retake, so you're left hinging on something miraculous here if you're Imperial.
Got to make it work.
Smoke for tunnels or the bomb. Molly to come out and try and displace a player at car, but no one there. You've nullified one angle. There's still many more to clear. Smoke in at tunnel. Mazzinho plays it forward. Spotted on that push. Kill back as well. And Imperial had no business picking it up that easily.
I can't believe Mazzinho jiggles and then re-swings. I thought he was going to jiggle fake and just hide back behind the wall there to distract for his teammates, or at least wide swing. He gets stuck between 2. And Imperial just get a warning. They get to find him immediately. That should be the guy winning the round, you feel like, from that position. But feeling the pressure to save his teammates, and no one survives in that B-bomb site for the Mongols. Imperial win a very unlikely round. Save worth it. As we split the difference here after 2 rounds of overtime. Tech pause comes through. No one's got momentum anymore. Controllers with suddenly feeling extremely consequential. That should have been a free kill. Yeah, Mazzinho knows he was the guy to win that round for Mongols. Imperial, a pacey retake that we finally get to see. We didn't get in regulation. There was too much money to worry about. Here in overtime, you throw yourselves into a disadvantaged B retake that you would never do in regulation, and you win it out.
I kind of just can't believe how clean that retake ended up being. Like, I know I know they still had enough util to nullify a bunch of positions, but man, like that's, you know, it's one of the hardest sites to go and retake in the entire game. That's why even in 3-on-3s, teams will often in a regular game, in regulation, would just kind of look at it, and depending on where they are on the map and what they have access to, more often than not, I feel like you look to save there. It's a really, really hard site to get back into. I agree. I think you see Mazinho kind of beating himself up a little at the end of that round because he was the kill that gave them the way in, right, on that push out through the tunnels. That was a very favorable spot for the Mongols. The only position that got cleared was Car. They didn't have anyone playing there. It's not like that gave you any serious headway into the site. It just meant you knew to look outwards. But even then, on the door and window swing, that's meant to be favored for the Mongols in those engagements, especially with no flash to tee it up.
Imperial, hey, they've been the clutch team in this game, no doubt, right? Blitz has had some great moves as an individual for sure, but across the board, Imperial have delivered these unlikely rounds.
I feel much the same way. I think Imperial as a team look better, but the Mongols... it's really awkward out here on long. No way. If he can dip, you'll take a 4v4 here. Oh, Spam even connects on a controllers. Blitz is past the molly. Oh, but it won't matter, Cello. When things go right for Cello, they go really right. The spam at long, even on that missed timing at short, mid-jump up, still good for the kill, but the job's not done yet. Cello, more is demanded, more is required. How much further can he take this? Cello wants to go all the way. 9-10, push through, denied, and Imperial win out the half.
Dude, when he gets one kill, he just doesn't stop, does he? He just keeps throwing himself back in. Huge 3K from Cello. He was not really a factor in the first half of regulation. He was now down near bottom of the board. Came back in a huge way on the CT side. So mobile, so active. And so back are Imperial, winning out that CT side of overtime. Try can't even celebrate. He's not having fun at all in this game. Just going through the motions. Nice shot. Controllers putting Zorb to use and defeating the B player as well.
Dude, losing Skulls here is actually really rough. He's like the tunnel's control player. He'll try and watch for aggressive moves. It's fine because you have Cello here to take up position, but it hamstrings him now. It looked like he wanted to go and join the rest of the team. He now kind of has to fill Skulls' shoes. And so you lose a serious bit of opening power. And it won't really come to impact you too much if you do just follow through on this B play. And that's kind of what Imperial are looking like they want to do. Their hands feel tied here. They don't have map control out towards mid. They don't have catwalk. They don't know what's happening at long. The only info they have is that this AWP is present over here in B, and they want to try and challenge it.
Controllers trying to block that smoke, but it's Vinny out middle who goes 1-for-1. Blitz trying to save his teammate in this B side. It's a shotgun in the AWP. He's just got to fire off and hope for the best. Missed chance. Try responds. Blitz is here in time, and he's keeping Mongols in the advantage. He might go one step further or one step behind. No way. Stuck in the corner. Forced to commit. 1v2 for try. Can he redeem himself? Not today. Mongols level out 14 apiece. Blitz, man, he is just unstoppable. Live and die on Blitz's play. Do the Mongols. Anybody's game.
Controller's second AWP still in the picture. Joins the lineage of Mongols players that will gladly don an AWP. But a flash play to force him out from middle. Gets him off the line, hands over this control, this sight line to try. Now, Blitz has been the man in mid. He has been Johnny on the spot. Whenever they've needed him, he's there. Whether that's T-side on these lurks, always finding impact, whether it's in that last round, dealing with Vinny, as Vinny made the blitz play, the mid-lurk from the captain. Gets denied. But he doesn't hang around in mid. Only took it for a second while TheMongolz was getting into position out here in the window, and now the Mongols feel assured. They've got an AWP with open sight lines down into middle.
45 on the clock. Imperial eyeing up the B site. AWP all the way at the back. And in the window as well. Imperial so reliant on these first shots connecting with 25 seconds. 2 kills right now can set you up to win.
Very little time. Very little time. And into TheMongolz they go again.
Flash.
Both AWPs in at B. Every missed shot going to cost you dearly here, and TheMongolz never gets a chance to fire. Vinny, he knows where Blitz is coming from. He knows how to handle him. Patience is a virtue for the captain of Imperial, and a buzzer beater of a round. They play into that B site with 20 seconds left. Not even. They needed those kills instantly.
Yeah.
Skulls and Co provide an Imperial reach match point.
They get 3 shots off in that B site, Imperial, and none of them connect, or Mongols rather. Only getting that 1 kill in mid is not enough from a double AWP in the B bomb site. High risk play, and that's the best B hit yet of the game here, coming out from Imperial. Really strong utility, burns out 9-10 on that big box. Even though he's blind, he can't even afford to wait. He has to re-peek. Imperial get exactly what they want. They get an opportunity to close this game right now. Their first chance to shut it down.
Yeah, they haven't had one yet. Right, both these teams had one opportunity to win this game. The Mongols already got theirs. Imperial were able to drag us into OT. They were able to drag this one into extra time. Can Imperial find success at their one chance? It's just a golden ticket system right now in this game. You get one opportunity to swing for the fences, and so you better seize it. You better grab it with both hands. Imperial, it's their chance now. The Mongols look to extend this even longer, hoping for double OT. Cross shot not hit. Nade obscured vision. Didn't get a chance to fire a shot off. But here, in your one chance, you don't want to leave it to some fast, crazy round. They play it low and slow to open up, trying to glean as much as they can from the various bits of util that pop off around the map. You've seen the long take nades. You hear some util come out. You can anticipate that the Mongols have looked for this control early on. By extension, that means they're weaker elsewhere, notably over here towards mid. And so expect a bit of a challenge over towards the catwalk out of Imperial. They'll move in, they'll take this map control. It's trading spaces right now, but solid stuff to open up. It's a good early staging for Imperial.
Decent enough map control, but that's never been the question. Getting cat or getting mid or even getting out through the doors, really. Mongols have been very safe. Swinging through the CT smoke late. Mizino is there waiting. Blitz in the bomb site. Imperial poised the question which site it's going to be. The Mongols, too early to tell. Long control with the AWP, waiting for the lurker. Aggressive enough that he should be able to know no one's committing here. Imperial go for this A hit. Blitz Molly buys a few more seconds, but does that just buy time for Skulls? Oh, they hear that.
Yeah,
they
tag just
hear
connected.
that.
Mizino going to nade this open. There's the opening kill. They deal with the lurker. Blitz on the follow-up. And now just a 3-on-5. Imperial limp, move in. They get past Blitz. Cello has been on a heater all throughout this game. With him still alive, maybe there's some faith.
No way.
Try provides cover. This was a 3-on-5 for Imperial. They've battled their way back in. And Cello just keeps finding success. Backstab for Try. The Mongols House of Cards set to come tumbling down if Techno can't clutch up. Imperial, at the first time of asking, swing for the close. Techno 4K, iced out, missed shots from short, knows where both players are, but never given the chance. It's Cello playing them like a fiddle. Runaway round for Imperial, and they